For more on this, let's bring in Danny Coulson, a former Deputy Assistant Director and Hostage Rescue Team Commander for the FBI. Danny, good of you to join us today. Let me get right to the point, because you're a former FBI agent. When you hear all of this, what does it do to your morale and your pride for this agency that's been noted as being the foremost law enforcement agency in the country?
Well, I'm very proud of the FBI. I'm very proud of the agents. And I think that one thing we need to remember here is that James Comey did everything he could do to keep this case away from field agents. Watergate was solved by field agents. I did Iran-Contra. I was a field agent. And Comey insisted, and he was very successful. He kept that under his own control at FBI headquarters, and he conducted what really was, in fact, a matter. He didn't do an investigation. He did a matter. He listened to Loretta Lynch, and had it gone to the agents in the field, we'd had a totally different result. So I'm still very proud of the agency. I served it for 31 years. I am not proud of the leadership of the FBI that existed under James Comey.
All right, based on that, more than 50,000 texts, as you know, were exchanged between Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, as it's been reported. And within those texts are the messages that reveal how they supported Hillary Clinton and were very concerned about then-candidate Donald Trump becoming president. The texts also raised the suspicion among Republicans that FBI Director James Comey and Attorney General Loretta Lynch, as you've mentioned, and as many people are pointing out, perhaps never planned to charge Hillary Clinton with any violation of the law. Are they right in their suspicion?
Well, I think they are right. I hate to say that, but I do think they're right. When you take control of an investigation and do not use all the assets that are available to an investigator to conduct an investigation, then you have no case. You have no investigation. And if you look at the text messages in context of the actions of these people, it's pretty hard to come to another conclusion except for the fact they were biased for Hillary Clinton and biased against Donald Trump. And it's something that Congress needs to look at, the relationship between the DOJ and the FBI. I think that's one of the things we're all missing here. The FBI is non-political. DOJ is political. James Comey came from a political atmosphere, and he brought that attitude to us. James Comey never put on his FBI hat. He never really supported what we do. And it's very disconcerting to all of us who serve the agency, but also it's disconcerting to the agents that are still there. They don't want that to happen. They want to do their job. They believe in the Constitution. Let the facts take you where you're going to go, and don't have a preconceived notion about what you want to do before you get there.
But as you stated, it appears that James Comey kept all of this to himself, close to the vest, and only with a selected handful of people who perhaps knew what was going on between he and the Attorney General Loretta Lynch. The one thing I wanted to ask you is, what do agents do now, as we heard Attorney General Jeff Sessions saying how they want to, or he wants to, restore integrity within the FBI?
I think he's done that. We have a new director now, and I think he sees what happened there. I have actually been to an occasion with him in the last couple of weeks. I think he gets it. It starts at the top. If the director of the FBI does not support the agents in the field, then we'll have it again. And Congress probably should look at that. I would like to talk to the director about that, see how he feels about it. But the agents can't do anything about it. It's got to come from the top. And I feel we're in the right track now. Let them do their job, get out of the way. We don't need a director to solve a case. We were solving cases long before we had anybody telling us what to do.
So, but still, at this moment right now, there are people on both sides pointing fingers at the FBI, and including Special Counsel Robert Mueller, who reassigned Strzok and Page from his Russia investigation after discovering the text and the bias. But some GOP members, as you know, believe the very nature of that investigation is flawed and biased based on Strzok and Page. Can Mueller continue in the face of these text messages and the criticism from the GOP?
Well, you have to remember, he took action immediately. When those texts came to light, he moved those people out of there. Bob Mueller is a man of integrity. I've worked with him. He and I did Pan Am 103 together. He's bright, and he's not going to manufacture evidence. He's going to collect evidence. If the evidence supports a crime or doesn't support a crime, he'll go with that. But I think the fact that two individuals who were corrupted, frankly, are now gone, I don't think that taints the whole investigation. I think Mueller is a man of integrity. I I think he'll do the right thing.
Yeah, Danny, gone but not out of the FBI. They're still there working in some
Yes.
fashion, even though they've been demoted and reassigned. You know, you can have a rotten
Mistake.
apple, but it doesn't make the whole bunch bad.
No, no. You know, here's the deal. There is a process in the FBI and the Department of Justice that if an executive is under an administrative inquiry or criminal inquiry, there is a process to place that individual on administrative leave. They don't lose pay, they don't lose position, they just can't go to work. They can't influence an investigation if they're prone to do that. They lose nothing except the ability to work at the FBI. That should be done now. These people should be put on administrative leave until this thing is resolved. If they're exonerated, that's good. If they're not exonerated, well, that's good too.
Danny Coulson, thanks for joining us and giving us some of your perspective in terms of what's going on here. We appreciate you.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure, Kelly. Thank you.
And thank you for your service, too.